Are y'all tired of lying around, doing nothing, watching videos, and feeling like a bum? Well, have you tried lying around and doing nothing while watching videos of people who aren't bums, who have actually accomplished a great deal? Well, let me introduce you guys to the wonderful world of self-help gurus.
You have to love the chaos, you have to love the war, you have to love the idea of all the constant problems that you have to fix, you have to love being the center of a mini universe you have created and it's going to implode under its own gravity if you're not there doing constant Aikido.
I'm sure most of y'all have seen clips of some self-help people on Twitter or TikTok, or maybe even watched a couple videos, but me personally, I studied them. I've been through some heartbreaks where I had no one to turn to, so in my left ear, I had Andrew Tate telling me I was a brokey victim of the Matrix, and in my right ear, I was listening to David Goggins grunts while he was performing the pull-up record, and I did all of this while I was attending a GaryVee press conference where he was explaining how he swallowed every piece of gum just to be that much more efficient. I know self-help, and I am here to tell you guys the ultimate tier list of self-help gurus. The first person I'd like to talk about is Andrew Tate, and he's a very controversial person because he has some views that can be seen as misogynistic, as well as he might be a human trafficker. But there was a reason why he became one of the most talked about people in 2022, and that's because he was giving some genuine good advice to young lonely men when no one else really was. His message obviously didn't speak to all men, as this is a big reason he was so controversial, but for a large portion of men who didn't really have any community, he was speaking for them. People like the LGBTQ, they had their own community. Hippies, they got their own community. Film nerds, they can join Letterboxd and go to some vintage movie theater. They got a community. But for men that were kind of lost in life or just kind of saw themselves as normal but didn't really identify with any group, they had no one really to speak for them. And Andrew Tate was great for that. He came at a perfect time. He gave great advice about how you as a man need to take accountability for your own life. It's easy to blame others for your problems, and you can do this forever and you'll get nothing out of it. But once you start blaming yourself, at some point you're gonna have to improve. If your girlfriend left you, it's because you're a bum. If you're broke, it's because you're not working hard enough. If you look like a goofball, start going to the gym. However, an issue I have with Andrew Tate is he looks at everything too black and white. Yes, it's important to take accountability, and yes, you're the only person who can improve your life, but if you get too sucked into this ideology, it's easy to start worshiping people with power and looking down on those, who don't have money, thinking, oh, they're a brokey bum, or looking at an overweight person thinking, oh, he's a fat, lazy piece of shit. When in reality, we all have our own different struggles, we all have our own goals, and what's easy for you might be way more difficult for someone else. I have the same issue with how Tate speaks on men and women in their roles in society.
Male life has no intrinsic value. We can't reproduce. Women could reproduce. Women have an intrinsic value. Women are born with value. We're born with nothing. If you want to be something as a man, you need to go to war in some form. You need to be a pawn. If you're not a pawn, if you're born anywhere else on the scale, in most cases, you end up being a fake or a fraud.
Like, yes, as a man, you need to work for your own value. You need to get money. You need to become someone worth something to get a girl. While on the other side, girls, they kind of have inherent value regardless if they make money or have status. We're gonna want to fuck them. And when you listen to this message, it's very easy to get sucked down a dark incel rabbit hole. It's easy to think, damn, these women, they have it so easy. All they have to do is look pretty and they can get 5 boyfriends in a week. They can sit around on TikTok and do their makeup all day and no problems. They should just stay in the kitchen. Their opinions aren't valid. You, a woman, trying to give me advice? Pathetic. When in reality, we're all human. We all live a similar life experience. We all experience joy, depression, anxiety, embarrassment, all that fun stuff. It's just the struggles that girls go through are much different than the ones that we go through. Girls feel a lot of pressure about their appearance. They always have drama going on in their friend groups. These bitches are always mad at each other. And just because men always want to fuck them, that doesn't make them happy. Most girls want to have more than just sex. They want to experience love and a connection and all that nonsense. Granted, to most men, all this stuff sounds dumb, corny, unimportant, who cares? But the thing is, that's exactly what girls think about our problems. Men and women, we're different, but we all go through struggles, and no one's life is more valuable than another's. So you should just treat everyone with kindness and respect. So yeah, I do think Andrew Tate has some good advice. He's also just a great speaker. He's funny, he's intelligent, bro has aura, I'm not gonna lie, but you just shouldn't worship the man and, follow everything he says. You should take bits and pieces of it. If it motivates you, that's great, but don't start looking down on others thinking, oh, they're just not working hard enough. You gotta just focus on yourself, brother. I also gotta quickly mention Hustlers University. It's just corny and a scam. I'm not saying you can't make money off of it, but I'm sure you can find all the information on there for free on the internet and make money that way. So I'm going to have to deduct some points for, Hustlers University. Overall, I'm going to have to give Andrew Tate B tier, as he does have a lot of potential to actually motivate you to do better, but if you get too deep into it, you just become a cornball. The next person I'd like to take a look at is David Goggins. David Goggins is a former Navy SEAL. He's completed over 60 ultra marathons, including running 101 miles in 19 hours, and he ran the Badwater 135 marathon 3 times and much more. He also holds the world record for the most pull-ups in 24 hours. David Goggins knows how to lock in and push his body to the absolute limit. And this is exactly what he preaches. No bullshit advice about how to make money through dropshipping or buying a course. He doesn't give you corny advice on how to be stoic and rizz up the huzz. It's no politics, no advice about dating, just straight work ethic. And that's what I like most about David Goggins. There's no opinions on work ethic, there's no right or wrong, it's just work hard. And if you do that, it's going to help you with every asset of life. While his accomplishments are usually fitness-based, Goggins always relates it back to the struggle within your mind. Goggins preaches mental resilience.
We all have these voices in our head. We like to not listen to them. The one that comforts us and keeps us nice and warm and cuddly and gives us cookies and milk at nighttime. We like that voice. That voice, the one we want to always hear, which is why people don't like to listen to me a lot. Some people do, some people don't. The only thing that changes you is being real.
You're in a constant battle with your mind telling you to lay down, give up, and do what's easy, but you must always fight that and push forward. Now, it sounds corny when I say it, but when you hear David Goggins explain this, talking about a story where he ran 100 miles and then on mile 70, he felt like his legs were about to give out, he couldn't breathe, and his mind just kept telling him to stop. You're gonna die, you need to stop now, but David Goggins said, fuck that, I'm gonna keep running, and runs another 30 miles. It just lights a fire in your belly. He simply preaches locking in. He's got the accolades to back it up. He's a great storyteller. Goggins is simply just the GOAT of inspiration. If you're at the gym and you got David Goggins in your ear, you're gonna push for an extra 2 reps. Like, it's as simple as that. David Goggins is S tier. Next, I'd like to talk about GaryVee. GaryVee is an entrepreneur, digital marketer, and a professional inspirational speaker. He knows how to make money, and that's what he talks about. If your whole goal in life is to get bread, I could see how you could look up to GaryVee, and I'm sure some of his advice could help. But my main issue with GaryVee is he just has no aura. Me personally, I could never take advice from someone who doesn't have aura. Like, Buddy just looks like a cornball, he sounds like a cornball, and he just gives me strong short man syndrome.
Who do you love the most in the world?
My family.
Good. Who in your family? Pick one.
All of them.
Every day, literally once a day, genuinely sit there for 5 minutes and pretend one of them got shot in the face.
His advice is good, but that's the same with most people on this list. The answers to what you need to do in life to succeed is easy. It's actually doing it that's difficult. The whole point of motivational speakers is they need to inspire you. They need to have aura. And some greedy goblin who sells courses to his fans to make more money just ain't inspiring me. Now, I don't think he's talentless or a bum. Like, he is very good at speaking. He can take any question about whatever and turn it into a 5-minute rant about, how to make money, how to do this. He has a lot of self-confidence and he knows how to yap. So overall, he is a great speaker and has a very motivated, grindy outlook on life, on how to make money, on how to do stuff, how to work hard, but he's just corny to me. I'm feeling C tier. Next, I'd like to talk about Myron Gaines. And Myron Gaines is a black Nazi, and while Kanye West will always have love in my heart, Myron never made Graduation. He doesn't have classics to his beats. He does not get the same respect. Similar to Andrew Tate, Myron Gaines has some good advice about locking in, working on yourself, just not being a bum. But from every clip I've seen, it's never taking accountability for your own faults, and it's always blaming others. He blames all relationship issues on girls being whores, and he blames everything else on the Jews. Like, how is adding more hate in your heart ever gonna help you in life? What he's most known for is his Fresh and Fit show, where he has a bunch of dumb hoes from Miami on just to degrade and make fun of them.
Because you're like, I accomplished all of this, I want to get with all of these girls, but you still want the girl, like, I don't know, I'm trying to backtrack.
I think you're trying to sell him.
Required. Yeah, I mean, that just proves it right there. You can't even ask me a proper question. Competence is not required for females.
And you interviews? Haha, you're so cool. You totally roasted that dumb girl. I hate women so much.
Like, I get it. There's a lot of girls out there who have wild double standards, aren't loyal, and are just straight evil women. But that's life. Shining a light on these degenerate girls that any reasonable man wouldn't want to date isn't helping anyone. Like, you're not going to change them and make them no longer hoes. You're not going to get rid of hoes. You can't change anyone but yourself. Like, come on, Brody. I thought men were supposed to take accountability. Shining a light on, all these negative things about girls isn't helping anyone. You're gonna just stray men further away from girls. You're gonna make them more lonely. Listening to Fresh and Fit, listening to Myron Gaines is literally gonna hurt you in life. He is a very bad motivational speaker. Myron Gaines, I'm gonna have to give F tier. And that's all I got for today's video. If y'all enjoyed, drop a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, please go follow my new Twitter in the link in the bio, as my other one got banned for being way too based. But yeah, that's all we got for today. As always, peace out, doggies.